It won't surprise you that the NHS England workforce is of particular interest to me, being a West Yorkshire MP, and the NHS England has a particularly large footprint in West Yorkshire, effectively with a sort of second NHS HQ in Leeds. So I think everyone on this committee is persuaded by some of the logic of the changes that are being made, but I'm also a bit concerned about some of the skills that we might lose, particularly around NHS digital. So could you give me some assurance that the skills, particularly around that kind of digital infrastructure piece, which really needs a lot of change, but we need some skilled workers to do that, will remain, and ideally will remain in West Yorkshire?
We are still in the foothills of one of the most exciting revolutions taking place in the world, which is the revolution in life sciences and medical technology. As the Prime Minister announced this week with the establishment of the Health Data Research Service, and we want the UK not just to be benefiting from that revolution, but actively driving it. We have a competitive edge in this country which is in danger of being lost. We will only achieve it if we've got the right policy direction, but also the right team and skills to deliver it. And whether it is on the security and integrity of the NHS's digital systems, the rollout of new digital capabilities, and our ability to marry the best scientific minds in this country and around the world with our National Health Service, we will need more of this capability. We will need people with the best skills. And so that function of NHS England, which is driving that digital transformation, breakthroughs in life sciences and technology, as well as big productivity improvements and gains in the NHS, that function remains extremely important. And secondly, I'm absolutely committed, and this government is absolutely committed to Leeds, not just in terms of the department's base in Leeds, which is effectively our headquarters in Leeds, and I think that over a number of years now has been part of a really strong ecosystem for health and science in Leeds. We often talk about the Oxford-Cambridge arc, big part of the government's plan for growth, and with London we've got a really strong science powerhouse here in London and the South East, but with respect to my alma mater and the chair's city, and the city I represent and live in here in London, we've got some brilliant science strengths outside of London and the South East, particularly in Leeds, but it also applies to places like Stevenage, Liverpool. So this department is absolutely committed to Leeds, absolutely committed to the capability that we have in Leeds, and being part of that wider Leeds health and science ecosystem, which I think is a big strength, not just for West Yorkshire, for our country.
On West Yorkshire, obviously, we've got the Health Innovation Village in Leeds. There's some anxiety about the delays in the rebuild of the hospital, and I understand why that's happened. But yeah, can I have the assurance that we're going to work on an NHS which is a good place to invest for, and a good place for life sciences and that kind of work?
So I think it's really important for me to signal very clearly not just our current but our future commitment to Leeds and to West Yorkshire. I actually think there are opportunities for us to leverage in more partnership, particularly with the life sciences sector, the medtech sector, and to look at what we can do together to invest in and build that really strong health and science footprint in Leeds for the benefit of not just West Yorkshire but for the country. And in terms of the hospital, I will take this as another representation in the context of the new hospitals programme.